This is Colin O'Keefe for LXPN TV. In a bit of unexpected news, the Border Security, Economic Opportunity, and Immigration Modernization Act, the Immigration Reform Bill, moved out of the Senate Judiciary Committee earlier than expected. Joining me to explain the details of what happens and what this may signal going forward is Alka Bahal, partner and co-chair of the corporate immigration practice at Fox Rothschild and author on the firm's blog, Immigration View. Alka, first, can you explain the basics of what happened here and why, at least based on what I'm reading, it's so surprising?
It was quite surprising. It did move through the Senate Judiciary Committee with amazing speed. 1 week, 300 amendments that went through, which is fantastic. I think part of the reason that occurred is because the so-called Gang of Eight, who sponsored the bill, did a lot of prep work. I think they covered a lot of ground before the bill was presented. They had some understanding of who was going to oppose what. And I think that there was generally an overall commitment by the committee to move the bill forward. We saw a lot of compromise, a lot of give and take, all for the sake of getting it through quickly, which was ultimately effective. Not everyone was happy. They're all quite vocal about that, but people could live with what we ended up with, at least on the Senate side so far.
Very interesting. So second, what's ahead for the bill? It, of course, still has to go through the full House and the full Senate, but how do you see this playing out? Does the quick movement early on signal anything going forward?
I'm not sure. As I said, I think that there was this commitment by the Gang of Eight that helped move it forward. It's already sitting with the House, and there's been some buzz, some opposition to some key points, and some fundamental philosophical differences. So whether it's really going to move through the House side as quickly as possible as it did to the Senate House Judiciary Committee, I think is probably unlikely. I think that there are some overall differences in terms of security, philosophical difference in terms of how we allow illegal people to become legal. Those big issues still have to come to a compromise before we're going to get this before the president.
Absolutely. There's still a long ways to go, but it's very interesting and very encouraging to see the movement thus far. Once again, that was Alka Bahal of Fox Rothschild. For more of her insight on immigration reform, be sure to visit immigrationview.foxrothschild.com. And of course, come visit us at lxbn.com, where you can see hundreds of these LXBN TV video interviews along with curated commentary from the Lex Blog Network's more than 8,000 members. Thanks for joining me today, Alka.
Thank you, Colin.